Hello to the nation, DrPlaystationNation here to talk to you guys over a little bit of cool stuff in the tablet world today. So Microsoft just released their new tablet. It's going to be called the Windows Surface, guys. It's a pretty neat idea, it's a neat concept. It's going to be a Windows-based tablet actually developed and actually made by Microsoft, guys. Usually Microsoft just makes the software aspect of stuff like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista, Windows XP, stuff like that. They create the actual software and then they give it away to, and they license it to other companies in order to make the actual hardware. Well, this time it's a little bit different. Microsoft took it upon themselves to actually create this tablet, get everything put together, design it, develop it, manufacture it, and it's starting to look pretty cool. Now, I don't want to get too caught up on the specs today. What I really want to talk about is a little bit to do with where its place will be in the actual tablet market today, and then just kind of talk about my opinion, because a lot of people are talking about it and they're like, well, this is ridiculous, people think that's going to beat the iPad, but it's not. It's going to freaking it's going to do shitty and nobody's going to like it and it's going to be terrible because it's Windows. And for the most part, it's a lot of Apple fanboys or people who invested like $900 into their iPad 64GB model, which to me seems kind of stupid, but whatever, I'll get past it. And let's kind of get started talking about the actual tablet itself. So there's two versions of the Surface tablet. There's going to be the RT version, which is going to have an AMR processor. It's just an NVIDIA Tegra core, as well as it's going to be a little bit thinner. I think it's like 0.13 inches thinner than the Pro version. It's going to have a few less IOs, only like a USB 2.0, like a micro SD card slot. It's going to have a few lesser features on that side, but probably a smaller battery and whatnot because of the smaller size. So it is going to be a little bit cheaper because of that. It's only going to have the AMR processor, which is going to make it significantly cheaper. And then we have the Pro version, which is actually going to have a lot more stuff in it. It's going to have stuff like an Ivy Bridge i5 processor, which is top of the line, probably going to be at a big premium for this device. It's going to have... Sorry guys. It's going to have a USB 3.0, it's going to have an actual SD card slot reader, you're going to have like mini display ports and whatnot, and it's looking pretty cool. Both of them have the ability to use this cool, like, it's like an iPad smart cover, except for it's a fucking keyboard, which is pretty wicked. They both have like built-in stands so that you can stand them up as if it looks like a laptop, and they're both really interesting products. As far as price point, they haven't really released anything. They said that the Pro version is going to be kind of in line with Ultrabooks, which seems like that makes sense. Because, you know, it is an i5 processor, that's pretty much a laptop. Like, having the keyboard as that cover sort of thing, you got it fold out. And it's good form factor, and it's actually really interesting to kind of see this enter the market. Because as far as, like, up to now, all tablets are really just tablets. They never really made that conversion, and they never really made that hybrid of a tablet and a computer yet. Or at least nothing was really that successful as of yet. And that might be for good reason. But it's really interesting to see somebody take this kind of progression, especially Microsoft. It's usually somebody like Apple that kind of pushes this new way of thinking about something and then everybody else kind of follows in. And some people might want to disagree with me on that, like say, well, Apple did multitasking like 5 years after somebody else or whatever, but usually it's Apple that makes these things the things, like, it makes these things like the huge things that they are. And seeing Microsoft finally kind of stick their neck out there and try something new is really interesting. So I kind of want to talk about my opinion on what this thing is and how it's going to kind of impact the tablet market. So a lot of people are saying that the iPad, or it's not going to matter, like this, even if the Surface sells super well and it's really well received, it's still only going to be a fraction of, still only going to take up a fraction of the tablet market in comparison to something like the iPad. And that's completely right. Like, by no means do I think that the Windows Surface is going to come in here and just sweep up the entire market, unless they're coming in at an amazing price point, which opens up this product to a new demographic, so like teens or something like that. I don't think a lot of teens are dishing out $1,000 for a tablet. So unless it opens up a brand new demographic, I don't think it's going to, it's not going to obliterate the iPad by any means. But I do think this is a very valid attempt for Microsoft to kind of get a little piece of the apple pie, if I may say. So it's really interesting to kind of see this, and I really want to see what this is going to become of. There's not a lot I can say right now, but they said it was going to be released around the time of Windows 8, so the RT version, sorry guys, is going to be released around the same time as Windows 8, which is going to be coming in September, October. I'm really not looking forward to Windows 8 simply because I'd have to upgrade my machine and get rid of all my softwares and stuff like that. But anyway, and then the Pro version is going to be coming a few months after that. So probably early 2011, if not the Christmas season of 2012, which would probably be a pretty good time for them to launch. You know, a lot of gifts floating around and stuff like that. But anyway, that's kind of my opinions on it. I really am interested to see what's going to be happening with this, and I might have to pick one up. Like, the one video I don't have my iPad sitting right here. I do have an iPad, and I do think it's really convenient for those times where you're just relaxing on the couch, and I think that this Windows Surface is going to work perfectly for that, and it's really cool that it'll also dual as an actual, like, workstation computer type thing for word processing, maybe for a more work-related atmosphere, and with the new Ivy Bridge i5 processor, it's going to be way better at doing those more hardcore tasks. By no means are you going to be rendering out like freaking 1080p or 4K videos, but it'll be doing some pretty interesting things and some more stuff than what an iPad can do. So it's going to be interesting to see how Apple kind of faces this. Anyway guys, hopefully you did enjoy. Remember guys to leave a rating if you guys did enjoy this video. Remember guys to subscribe to join the nation if you already haven't. I'm the Doctor, and I'm out. Peace.